What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Underdog Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Nolan Skeen, alongside Salestrina and Tony Fiore. Gentlemen,
what the fuck was that noise?
that noise was my Alexa telling me that there is an Amazon package arrived at my door.
Alexa?
Wow.
Don't say her name too loud or she'll
Alexa.
fucking chip in on the podcast.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Do we have
Yeah, how was your Christmas?
Christmas? Good.
Best Christmas present you bro?
Oh, we tried this last week and I was like, I don't know.
I didn't really get
I got
much.
I got this sweatshirt.
Nice.
Like, we're planning on moving out and getting a house soon, so like
Kind of went light.
we're like our parents are getting like it's all just over there, like stuff for a house, like kitchen and stuff like that, and like a Brita filter
Nice.
and like, you know, things like that.
Nice.
So that's good.
I got a projector.
A projector, that's
Yeah.
sick.
That's pretty neat.
No.
For your place.
Yeah.
Do you have like a big ass wall that you could put it on?
In my room. I moved my room around so I can put it on there.
Nice.
It's right,
dude.
and it's like right next to my bed too, so I can just like pop it on and
Dude.
watch it.
I got
Nice.
so much popcorn.
Popcorn?
I
You got popcorn?
I love popcorn, so like my grandma hands me like this bag and it was just like a bunch of different kinds of popcorn in there. And
That's
then
pretty
like
sick.
also at my mom's in the morning, I got like this shoebox that had like I forget what the director's like clipper thing is, but it was like that design.
Like a movie night kit or something.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And
I've
that's
seen
those.
what it
Yeah, I've
was.
seen
And
those.
there was like 5 like bags of like different flavor
Nice.
popcorn in there.
Nice.
See, I feel that because my mom always gets me sunflower seeds because I love sunflower seeds.
Sunflower seeds are good.
Do we have any New Year's resolutions that we like to?
I'm going to the gym.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make it. Last year I did, honestly, probably farther than I thought, but also disappointed. I went to the gym pretty much every morning until like May, and then like I didn't go for a week in May.
Yeah, we were
kind
kind of on the same timeline there.
Yeah.
Remember, we would see each other there every morning.
It's so funny because like I feel like people always like have the resolutions, and then like how long do you think it takes?
Oh, I mean,
what's the average resolution? Go out the window. Like 2 weeks.
Probably like 2 weeks. I made it way
Oh,
longer.
I was gonna say less. I was gonna say like 4 days.
A week?
I made it.
Not even a week.
Yeah, no.
I definitely could see that.
And I could tell too because like I went until May and I could see like all the New Year's resolution people when I was going, because I started going a little bit before the New Year last year because I didn't want to be like
That guy.
Yeah, because like notice, he's in there because
Yeah.
he's just gonna do that. So like I saw them all come and go, and then I was eventually gone by May.
I definitely want to just get on a better
Schedule.
healthier schedule, because it's like I could say like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna lose weight, but I feel like I always say that, so I'm trying something different. And if I get on a better schedule, I think that'll force me to go to the gym more, and then I'll lose weight. Like it'll be like a domino effect.
Well, I will say too, I agree with that because I am trying to go to bed by 10:30, and I texted you guys last night right at 10:30 saying I'm going to bed. I think 10:30 to like 6:30, 10:30 to 7, get my 8 hours in, start the day a little earlier because normally I'd sleep in till like 8 o'clock and then go to work for like 8:30. I think it's better to be on that like consistent sleep and everything.
Do you think that's a part of like getting older?
Yeah, definitely.
And it's like, because like I feel like I'm still trying to hold on to like the degenerate
kid,
in me and the kid in me, and I know when I move into a house, like I'm just gonna be the most dad, bro. I'm gonna be the most dad. I'm gonna be like mowing the lawn. I'm gonna be getting mad at the neighbors. Like
Can't wait to stare out into space in my backyard with a fucking coffee in my hand.
I'm just gonna be like fixing shit that I don't know how to fix.
I think we get to a point where we look at ourselves and we're like, holy shit, like
we need to just
like and I think
together.
that's what New Year's was for. I've talked to a lot of people about this like the last 2 days actually, and like a lot of people have like a lot of good resolutions, and maybe it's the same every year, and like this is always the talk the first week, I guess, but like I don't know, I feel like people are taking it a lot more seriously and like are trying to do better for themselves and are trying to do good.
Well,
and
even
the
like,
older you get, the more water it takes on. I
Yeah,
think. Like,
definitely.
Yeah.
Because when you're younger, you're like whatever.
Yeah, you're like
you look at the next year and you're like, it's just gonna be the same as last year.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like the older we get, like we don't
There's
know
way
what's
more
gonna happen
change.
the
Anything
next
could
year.
happen, yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of shit goes on during the year, and I feel like too, it's a weird conundrum because I feel like as much we start to dwell more on the years, but the years go by faster.
It's honestly horrible. I hate it. I hate how fast everything goes by.
Yeah.
Well,
I did not have a fun day on my birthday this year because I
Aw.
was just like, I was not like I had a shitty day. I wasn't like depressed, but it was just like it was kind of mopey. I was like, what's 23, dude? I'm like, I want to be fucking 15.
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
It
No,
sucks.
but like
start to get
no,
to that
I
point.
remember turning 10 and I was like, yeah, like 10. Like that was like such a cool
now
number.
it's just
dude,
like,
I just
yeah.
like.
After
I mean,
21,
you
it
shouldn't
doesn't
regret
matter.
it like that much, but like, there's a part of me that's like, dude, all you wanted was for time to go by, and like to get to a certain point when you were a kid, and then,
That's why what do our parents say to us? Like, don't get old. It
Yeah.
sucks to grow up. Don't rush
and then
it.
it's weird when you start to get it, but at the same time, it's like I wouldn't change a thing
Mm-hmm.
because it's like you have to just be a kid.
Just
And you just
correct,
have to just
because
let
that's
it
the
go.
circle of life. Because then in 10 years, we're gonna be telling our kids, "Oh, don't grow up. It sucks to grow up," and they're gonna be like, "Whatever, Dad. Fuck you."
and so, dude, sometimes I'm like, and again, you can't have regrets, but it's like, I definitely should have been more kiddish when I was a kid because I liked being the mature one at times,
Yeah, I was
And-
kind of the same way.
and now I'm just like, fuck, you should have just
Said whatever. Yeah, I don't know, but there's like credence in that too. Like you are definitely like mature, still mature, like more mature than like I would say other people your age, and you present yourself a certain way.
No, I would.
And
say
you've been
so, too.
doing that,
but like
your whole
dude,
life.
Like adults would say that to me when I was like 13, so like I started to take pride in it. And I
Yeah.
was, like, striving for that.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
Yeah, same.
could have.
But it's like, I don't know. I felt like my circumstances in my life, I had to be like that. But it's like
I
at
kind
the
of
same time, you could be like, nah, I didn't have to. But then you're like, if I went too much to the other side, like, would I be where I am? Would I be doing the things that I'm doing, or would I have just gone down a rabbit hole? Like, you know what I mean? Like, would I have,
leading to nowhere.
right,
Yeah.
which is another good point. But like even like more so, just kind of like on a simpler like scale. Like if I was in public with my friends and they were acting like a shithead, I'd be like, yo, there's like people around. What the fuck?
Yeah.
They're gonna think we're dumb kids. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we kind of are.
No,
Yeah, we are dumb kids.
I see both sides, but like you said, you can't have regrets. You live your
And
life.
it sucks too
and-
because you can't tell adults about this because they're like, you're still 24, you're still a kid. But it's
I don't
like,
want to be 24.
I'm allowed to sulk in the fact that I'm getting older.
Yeah.
Like, you don't own like
You don't
being
own
mad that
being
you're
old.
Yeah, you don't own it.
Yeah,
It's
just
like
because you're older than me. Like I can be pissed about.
Yeah.
it's like I bet you felt the same way when you were 25.
Yeah.
Like everyone feels the same way, and it's like
No, and
Maybe
that's what got you with like this year though, right?
what?
Like you like saw the calendar and you're like 25. Like you said that to yourself. Like
It's a tough one.
Like, no, and
25 is a tough one.
that
so
because that's like
fucked.
halfway to 30, and you're like, okay, now.
Yeah.
But
So
like,
fucked.
But at the same time, so here's a question for you, and I promise everyone listening, we're gonna get to sports at some point. But what do you think the best decade of your life is? Like, is it
ooh,
like early years, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s?
no, and this is a great question.
I think it might be 30s.
I know. I was gonna say it definitely might be 30s because then like
Everyone says
you
it's
clean
your
up all
30s.
like your dumb like 20s shit. That's when you finally like you have if you have your shit together. Like you've created that financial basis for yourself, like in your late 20s, and
I think
hopefully you have a house.
It's got to be your teens.
people go
Oh,
people
yeah,
go
no,
one
I
of
was gonna
three
say
ways.
that
People,
we've lived so far. Definitely,
Yeah.
teens.
dude, people go one of three ways. They say teens, they say 30s, or they say
60s,
70s, 60s
yeah,
and 70s.
yeah.
Because you're like you've climbed the mountain, you get to reap your rewards,
Yeah.
and when you're 60s and 70s,
I feel like it's not really like just 30s. Like it's more so like 30 to 45.
I'd say 30 because, like, you get to. I mean, aspirations for a lot of us, but not everyone, is like you get to like start to raise a kid. Like you start to, I don't know, reap the rewards of kind of like because you've been working for 10 years. Like most of the time, when people are at that point in their career, they're making a comfortable amount of money. Like who knows? I mean, we see the world as like so expensive right now, but like. If we're like 30 and we're like we've gotten to a good part in our career where we're making a comfortable amount, like you get to like kind of like branch out a little bit and kind of like I don't know, do different things because you have money. Like you get to like go on vacations and stuff. But like I think they might be right. I think 30s might be the years.
You know what's funny though is
I
that,
do like teens though.
I think
when I first got a job, it was kind of funny. Like you expect like adults to be a certain way, and then you start talking to like especially people that are in between like 30 and 40, especially like the younger 30s ones. You're like, oh, these are just like they're still fucking kids.
Yeah.
Like all the people that I knew that I was working with at ShopRite that were like in their 30s, they were all fucking children.
Yeah, but like I don't know at what point you just become like,
And some of them were just like children with children.
like what's the age where you're like you're just a dad? Like you just have the dad energy. Like you're just like that.
42 to 45.
Right?
Yeah,
like that takes a lot.
That's where you cross
Yeah.
over. And then from 45 to 60, you're just the dad.
The dad, okay.
Like in your 50s, you're like 50s is probably the worst,
Yeah.
I think, because you're literally just a dad. like you're like, okay, so by 50, like your kid, we're like our parents are in their 50s now, right? So like
I can't even breathe when you say 50. It's like imagine being 50, dude. Like we're gonna be
like
50.
our parents are
But
50
then
right
we're almost
now.
halfway to
No,
halfway
I know
to
that's why
50.
I'm saying that. I'm like Christ.
We're halfway to 50, but it's like when you're in your 50s, like your kids are starting to move out. They're starting to make their own lives. You get like the empty nest thing. Like it kind of sucks for a little bit, but that's what makes the 60s good because you get like your life back a little bit.
Yeah.
And you start to like realize it. You're like, wait, like we can do whatever we want.
Yeah, you kind of did a teens vibe, but like you're 60.
I think.
Yeah. Then it's like you can't. That's why taking care of yourself is so important.
Right.
That's why it all goes in a cycle.
Yeah.
Taking care of yourself is important because you can do more at 60.
I think my grandfather definitely had kind of some of that because I used to, when I was a teenager, like I'd kind of like hang out with him a lot. We'd go to sports games and stuff. If I was bored at a weekend, I'd go like watch sports, whatever, with him, music and stuff like that. So he definitely caught that like second like teenage wind, and he was healthy in his
That's
60s.
great, though.
And now
You
he's 72, and
You
he looks like he's 50 something.
That's great.
Yeah.
And like you should like if you're 65 and you retire, you shouldn't be fucking old and slouched over and miserable and you can't enjoy your
he
like,
keeps himself
what-
occupied.
No,
That's how
but
you
like
stay healthy. Stay
what'd
moving.
you work all those years for? You worked all those years
And
for
that's
what?
why you get the
Just sit
midlife
around?
crisis,
Yeah.
dude. That's why you
Go
get
on
the
a
midlife
vacation,
crisis,
take
dude.
trips.
But the midlife crisis might actually be turned into like a good thing. 'Cause it's like you try different hobbies. Maybe you buy like an old car. Maybe you just like you do like fun shit. Like you do fuck around shit.
I love that they call that a crisis. It's like what you lived your life and have fun. Like
Yeah, they're like. I mean, there are definitely people that go too far.
No,
like if you're like
yeah.
55 and you're like, I want to try to skydive. It's
Yeah.
like that ship might have sailed, but like, maybe tone it down a bit.
Yeah.
Like maybe go
Now-
indoor skydiving.
Depending on where the world's going,
Like maybe do something.
maybe
else.
go to the thing that's inside and you have the wind and like you go up. Like,
Maybe
you don't
climb the rock wall at Six Flags. Like you know what I mean? Like maybe do something like that. Like that's fun.
now depending on the direction the world heads in, maybe I don't want to be around at 60.
That's true.
Like how bad? Like
we also don't
us
know,
being
dude.
60. Like it sounds fine, but then when you say the year 2060, you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
But I mean, you never know. Like think about how the world was when we were like kids. Like when we were like 5 and 6, and then think about it now. That was only 20 years.
well, it's crazy to
When
even
we're
think
50,
like,
that's gonna be 30 years from
when
now.
we
like,
were born. Like honestly, when you say like 30 years ago, that's like the 90s. But when we were born, 30 years ago was 1970. And like we're gonna be alive probably for when 1970 was like 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Like I still don't in my brain, I don't register that like 1995 was 30 years ago, but it was. My brain is still stuck in like 2012 where I'm like, oh, 95 is like.
I feel like
15
that's
years
only
ago,
going to get
whatever.
worse with how technology is because
Yeah.
we're going to be able to look back at like we're going to be looking back at that LeBron chase down block when we're
Forever,
like
yeah.
60
Yeah,
and
but
we're going to be
dude-
like that felt like yesterday.
Yeah.
TV quality from like 2001 to 2004 was so fucking bad. I swear the clips that I see from the 90s and 80s look better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what's going to make it
But
so
like
easy.
2008 to like 2013, like the jump from that, or like 2014 or 15 maybe, like from whatever like the
Oh, yeah.
shitty quality is to like
I think it was like I want to say it was like 2010 was like the
somewhere
first time I
around
saw,
that
like,
area.
HD.
Yeah, somewhere around that area it got really good.
At that point, like pretty much everybody had a flat screen TV.
Yeah.
But like,
Well, also, yeah, everyone had the fat back. Everyone had the fat
Going
back
from
TV.
the fat
Oh,
back
we
to
had a
flat screen
huge
was a
TV.
big moment. That was a big moment, dude. I vividly remember our TV in the living room dying, and it was like one of those like it wasn't like those ones that were like hybrids, like they had like the fat back a little bit, but it was still an old TV.
Yeah.
And I remember that shit dying and like taking it out, and then we got like a flat screen TV, and it being like the greatest thing ever.
The
I was like, dude,
funniest
what
thing
the
about
fuck?
the fatback TVs is they weighed like 800
they
pounds.
weighed.
It's
so
like, did you have a
much.
dinosaur in there? Like, what is causing?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like the flat screen TV. It's like 5 pounds. It's
dude,
like
ours
okay.
was so cool. It was like this giant like black box, and it had like a built-in like entertainment center at the bottom where like you could put shit in. It was cool.
Yeah, it's always fun.
All right, should we get to sports now?
This is the real.
I was so good at using VHS, bro.
Yeah, this is the real topic though. The Dallas game was rigged, or no?
okay.
Probably.
Did you watch it? Did you see it or no?
No, I was playing FIFA.
So listen. No, that's fine. That's fine. Listen.
I'm sure you saw clips of it.
Oh,
though.
I did. No, I
Okay,
know.
yeah.
I know what
Antonio,
happened.
they're at the end of this game. They go for 2. Obviously, you know the whole situation. But
Yeah.
they go for 2. They get it on the broadcast. This is live because I was watching it. Obviously, they go, "Oh my God, Detroit! Detroit has the conference lead now. The playoffs run
Yeah,
through
it's like
Detroit."
Roger would never let that happen.
But like Mike, I think it was Mike Tirico on the broadcast going on for like 20 seconds about this. What a moment for the city of Detroit. Blah blah blah. Like they're like showing all of the Lions players that like
I
scored the
think
touchdown.
it was Joe Buck.
Yeah, or whoever, right?
It doesn't matter. I'm sorry.
10 seconds after he's done talking, or not even like 10 seconds, like 2 seconds after he's done talking. Oh, but wait a second. Now there's a flag down. It's like, how?
It was so long.
It was so late, Antonio.
Dude, it was like Roger called him and it was like panicking, like, this is not supposed to be the way it goes. And fix this right now.
And maybe the flag was I didn't see the whole play, so I could be talking on my I didn't see like the
the ref crew is being left out of the playoffs.
I know. But
So
But how do you that decided the game? And Dan Campbell's also an idiot for not just taking the 1 point. He had that option.
Yes.
But like,
I definitely, after it got called back.
oh, you kick it.
You kick it.
You kick it.
You kick it for sure. You just take it to overtime. It's like, I think that was where he made a mistake, where like they still could have won the game.
But then they just call another flag if they have another.
Yeah.
And then they called a flag on Dallas after, and they still went for the 2 point. Because I think he was offside. It was offsides after that. So there's so many layers to this. So according to Dan Campbell, he went over this play with the
Pre-game
referees.
to the refs.
Pre-game to the refs, which is a very standard practice for coaches that have any sort of trick play. They tell them the way it's going to be, and they said, look, we have 68 in this play. He's going to be uncovered. He's going to report as eligible. Is this good? And they go over it, and they say yes. So they discussed it with the referee. Because you can see when they called it, Dan Campbell calls the ref over, and he says to him, we went over this.
Yeah.
He says that to him. So you see 68, Taylor Decker, go over to the referee. Now, another lineman was over there with him but didn't report, and then they have 70 running because typically when teams like to run this play, they bring in the extra lineman that they're going to throw to. So they thought about this, and they wanted to do a little trickery. They wanted Taylor Decker to report, and they wanted 70, I forget his name, whatever his name is, was running in, and he was not going to report, but they were going to make it seem like he did. And from the replay, you see Taylor Decker go over to him and say something. Now, in my head, the referee, if linemen are coming over to me, they're reporting. What else are they going up to the ref for?
Yeah.
And in the huddle, Jared Goff tells him, go report. You see that too. That's caught on video. The best thing is that it's all on video now. 70 doesn't even get over to the referee. He gets halfway across the field. He starts like running away to go tell the defense who reported. So I'm like, you looked at Taylor Decker, nodded your head, ran over to the defense to tell him. Did you tell them? I want to know from Dallas's defense, who did the ref say
Reported.
Because they have to announce it, don't they?
They did announce it. So
did they announce 70?
The kid I was working with said this today. They said they announced it over the loudspeaker, and I don't think it was 68. I think they said 70.
They said 70 because that's the ref story, is that he mixed up 68 and 70.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, they run the play. They throw it to 68. I don't know how this plays out and how it goes in the ref's head, because I didn't see any of Dallas complaining to the ref right after the play happened. You would think that if that happened and they threw it to 68, they'd be going over to the ref being like, he didn't report.
Yeah.
That's not what you told us.
Yeah.
I didn't see any of that. So you would think that they probably should just let it go.
The
at that
other
point.
thing, too, is if one of them threw the flag, how do they not all huddle up and say, oh, Campbell went over this? Like, this is something that they talked about already. Like,
that's another thing. Did he just completely forget? Like, because the other thing, too, is it's like...
Okay, so we're saying all this, so it's rigged. Like, I'm not even, like, trying to be funny.
I don't know how... The thing about it is, like, yes, it could be rigged. I don't think it's, like, that extreme. But how do you mess that up? Like, is the other question. Like, how do you mess that up.
That's what I mean. I think I've said it on the podcast before. I don't think. I think games are attempted to be influenced sometimes. I don't think there's a set like storyline that everybody's in on. I think that games could be tried to be influenced, and sometimes the NFL gets really desperate, and you see something like that happen.
And the other thing too is,
and sometimes they're not successful in rigging games. I also believe.
Yeah, because the other thing too is it looked like the ref was intentionally not hearing 68 report. Like it looked like because he just kind of like ran away after to like go tell them.
Yeah.
So it's like you looked at him, you saw 70 running over. He never said anything.
What a just a weird game. What a weird.
And then
game.
what happens is when they go line up and you see 68's uncovered, how does the flag not throw right away?
That's the other thing. Why do you wait till after they catch the touchdown?
Like the flag should be thrown right away.
Yeah.
As soon as he moves up and goes off the line of scrimmage, it's a flag.
Yeah.
An eligible man downfield.
Yeah.
That's really fishy, actually.
That's the fishy part.
That's really bad.
Because said
if
he
it
didn't
was
report.
unsuccessful, then they were just going to let it
go. They didn't care. Yeah, Antonio.
Yes. Like, you should see that. He's uncovered on the line of scrimmage.
That's crazy.
Automatically, it's an eligible man downfield. He went into the end zone. You throw the flag. We see it every fucking Sunday where a guy's 1 yard off the line of scrimmage and they throw the flag.
Oh, that's their favorite flag lately.
That's their favorite flag. How do they not do it? That's my question. They throw it 30 seconds after.
All I know is they probably needed fucking Dallas to win and Detroit to cover, and that was their most profitable scenario Sunday night or Saturday night.
And they also are probably like, Dan Campbell's an idiot. He's still going to go for two.
Oh, they knew he is a musty crackhead.
I love it though.
He needs to go for. It's not even a thought. Like anytime he's in the opposing territory or even at the 50-yard line, and it's 4th and 5, 6 maybe or less, he's going for it. Like,
and it sucks.
Have you ever met Mason's dad or seen him?
Yeah,
he reminds me so much of Marcel.
I could see that honestly. I really could. But the thing with Campbell is, it's like I would like you have to love that. Like, you have to fucking, like,
yeah,
like,
dude.
especially.
He definitely doesn't shy away from it, and he's like, he plays
like,
it.
yeah, after like, even though they lost, all the players, like, respect the fuck out of him.
Oh, yeah. No, nobody's mad at him. Like, they're so pissed at the refs. Now, the thing I will say, and whether this is, rigged, whatever, storyline, Detroit goes into a free fall now. They're losing their next 2 games. They're losing this week, and they're losing the playoff game.
I don't know.
No, it goes that way. Just now they're like, oh well, if we got that call in Dallas, then we would have been fine. No, they're fucked now.
See, I think
they're gonna play the.
So to sum all that up, I think the Lions are going to the Super Bowl.
Wow, they're gonna play the Rams and get smoked.
No, I don't see. Like,
I disagree.
I think so much that. Everybody will be picking the Rams in that game.
Everyone will be picking
I feel
the Rams.
like I would also fall into that spot, but today I was like, I might pick Detroit.
Lions.
Good for you.
I think because this is
I think
the card
everybody would expect the Rams to win.
This is the card that the Lions have been playing all year. This is not a new thing. They were playing the underdog, and now they have an ultra mega underdog. Like, the same thing happened to Michigan. Look at what happened to Michigan.
I would. What? So do you actually think they're going to the Super Bowl? Like, you're dead ass.
Yes. They're good enough to go to the Super Bowl.
Well, I don't know what you would plan on doing, but just roll whatever the money line is on the Rams game, then bet that the whole thing.
Oh, I think they'll be plus money if they play the Rams in the playoffs.
No, not at home.
Detroit?
Not at home. I don't know. That's like Detroit -3.
It would be close.
No, that's Detroit -3.
Yeah, I don't think it would be plus, but
I'm saying you're going to get better value if you just take the money line every game and roll it over. Just saying that.
Yeah, so much money.
Yeah, that's like the Bucs.
Yeah, I mean, the Bucs had Tom Brady, and they were kind of just on a mission. They weren't playing any underdog. They're like, no, we're the big dog.
Yeah, that's true. But they were the underdog.
I love the underdog story, and I love that they're playing into it now. Did you see the next day he walked into the facility and it said Detroit versus everybody?
Did he really?
A Detroit versus everybody shirt on. I was like, let's fucking go, dude.
I like it. I'm not rooting against Detroit.
I
that's for
love
sure.
Dan Campbell, dude.
He's a great coach. He's not a great no, he's a great motivator. He's a good coach.
Yeah, I definitely don't think he's like a mastermind coach. I just think he knows how to.
He knows
get
how
the
to motivate
most.
man.
He gets the most out of his players.
the
And
NFC
people want to play for him. That's so important.
Yeah.
With the NFC, I'm more so like I'm not really rooting for any team to get there. I'm just like I really don't want the Cowboys and Eagles to get there.
With the Lions,
But the Lions, I
Would-
think that would probably be the coolest out of
not
all
only
of
would
them.
it be the coolest, but would the Lions not play a great Super Bowl? Like maybe they don't
It'd
win
be
the
so
game,
fun.
but it would be a good
Not
game.
if they play the. I don't know if they play the Ravens. They got
mollywopped by the
creamed
Ravens.
I don't
Yeah.
think the Niners would get killed by the Ravens again. But
Do we want to
maybe
talk
the
about
Lions
them?
would.
Because what
Oh,
the
the Ravens?
What the fuck is this? Like they're
The Ravens.
They're
Yeah,
shitting on.
they're shitting on
everybody.
teams.
They're
But-
heating up at the right time.
But like
that was a good win though.
no, but like is this the like like the propaganda where everyone's like
yeah, they're riding really high right now.
but like then they have a bye.
But like, yeah, what are they going to
people
keep this
gonna
up for the
forget
whole
about-
playoffs? But like, how could you pick anybody else right now to
Are
go?
people gonna forget about Lamar Jackson's yips a little bit?
Very true.
Probably.
He's got 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions in his 3 playoff games.
And he's only won one of them.
1 and 3.
So I don't know, but we'll see. I think the Ravens are the team right now, though.
Yeah.
Them and the 49ers.
The
I
two
think.
the quarterbacks that are playing the best in football right now are Joe Flacco
And Lamar
Jackson.
Jackson. You know, you want to know what's hilarious? What happens when it's them? I know we've said this before, but like literally, what happens when it's them? Like that's gonna be like that's like Darth Vader versus like
I would
Could
really.
you
Luke
imagine
Skywalker.
Joe Flacco, 2-time Super Bowl champion?
no.
And that's the thing too. Like that would be the toppling point for Lamar Jackson to get the yips.
Yeah.
It was if Joe Flacco
Why
came to
did
town
Nick Chubb get hurt?
against that defense, he's gonna throw some interceptions.
Ugh.
He's gonna fumble some
The playoffs
footballs.
are gonna be fun. That's for sure.
And I mean, I definitely could see where the Browns play the Ravens, but I mean,
So I was just gonna ask.
usually the matchup we want to get doesn't happen.
I was gonna ask before the podcast, who's like the dark horse team you could see making the Super Bowl? But your answer is the Lions.
Are they a dark horse though?
They're the fourth.
One,
They're the
one,
they're the fourth best or third best record. I don't know. Out of any of the teams,
They're
I would
tied
say.
for the second best record in the NFC.
I would say, out of NFC teams,
be the
Dallas.
number one
just
seed
listen.
right now.
I would say Dallas, Philly, and San Fran would all get picked more than Detroit would by
I
anybody.
agree.
By the
which I
But,
don't
like-
understand because Philly is sputtering right
Philly
now.
looks horrendous right now.
They looked bad.
horrendous.
But like Dallas and Detroit have the same record. But if you said Dallas is going to the Super Bowl, I don't know if that's like a dark horse.
No, I'm not saying
People
that.
are just like, oh, it's Dallas.
all right. So like,
Like the
The-
Rams,
like the
the
Rams
Rams
are
would be a
a
dark
dark
yes,
horse.
exactly,
you know?
exactly. But like,
The Browns would be a dark horse. I'd say.
would that be your pick though? Like you could see the Browns making it.
No, the Bills. I mean, that's like a. But
The
are
Bills
they
would be a
even
dark horse.
at
The
this
Bills
point?
would be a dark horse.
If they win Sunday, then not really, because they're the 2 seed.
Right.
But, yeah, I don't know.
Which
That-
would be
I
crazy.
agree with.
If they become the 2 seed, that's crazy.
They can be the 2. They can be the 2
Or they
seed
could
or not
miss
make
the
the playoffs. Yeah. Like what?
That's crazy.
They would need. I think
They
what
need
is it? So
Steelers.
if they lose, they
Steelers
need the Steelers
or Jags.
or Jags to lose.
Yeah.
Should we break it out? Should I break out the?
Yeah, break out the bid board, but I think it's so if Bills win, they're the AFC East champion and the 2 seed. If the Dolphins win, they're obviously the AFC champ. But if the Dolphins lose, they're locked in the 6th seed. They can't.
Right.
They can't go anywhere.
Yeah. So
Now
if
the Jags-
Buffalo wins, they clinch the AFC East, obviously. Then they clinch playoff berth with a tie, a Pittsburgh loss or a tie, Jacksonville loss or tie, or Houston and Indy tie. So
I love the ties.
There's been no
the tie
ties this
scenarios
year.
are awesome.
There's-
I want there to be one tie that
Yo,
means a lot.
round robin of ties this week.
Yes,
Wow.
let's go.
There's-
Now you're talking.
There hasn't been a tie yet this year.
We're back.
Really?
Really?
We've been close, right? What was the game that was really close?
I don't know.
There's a game that went down to like
Was it like a Bengals game or something?
the last like minute. I don't remember. Whatever. Let it go.
yeah,
Houston clinches with a win and a Jacksonville loss.
Right. I was gonna say Jags. All they need to do is win, and they clinch their division.
Or no, sorry. That's Houston clinches the AFC South title with a win and a Jags loss, and they clinch playoff berth with a win, or Houston tie, Jacksonville loss, and Pittsburgh loss or tie. So they just pretty much need to win.
Mm-hmm. AFC West is locked up.
Pretty much the opposite for the Colts. They would need to win and also need a Jags loss. And then Jacksonville would win or tie, and Houston and Colts tie to win the AFC South, and then clinch. They'd need a tie. Pittsburgh loss or tie, or Pittsburgh loss, Denver loss or tie, or Houston Colts doesn't end.
They
in a
love
tie.
that shit. They're like,
Like, it's like-
or a parlay
it
of
gets
7
so
teams
crazy.
to lose.
Also,
it
like
gets so
the
crazy.
Vikings still technically have like a 1% chance to make the playoffs.
Get them out of there.
Yeah, it's
That game Sunday night was ridiculous.
they're done.
They looked awful.
I didn't realize Jordan Love has 30 touchdown passes in the year.
He's pretty
He
good.
is pretty good. They should give him an extension
Now,
this offseason
yeah.
because if he has a great year next year,
yeah.
he's going to be way more. You don't want to end up in a Daniel Jones.
He might not
situation.
even take an extension this offseason. He might just say, "Let's go, like let's play." And see
That's
what
true.
happens.
Bet on himself.
Yeah.
I'd rather see that than them give him an extension, and then you do end up in a Daniel Jones situation.
What's gonna happen with your team? Because is it Daniel Jones again next year?
I mean, I'll take Jaden Daniels. You know.
yeah. You need someone, right?
I don't know, Sal. I have no idea. I have no.
Or just
idea.
beef up the offensive line for the next 10 drafts.
They've tried doing that for the last 5, and they all suck.
Yeah.
Except for Andrew Thomas, but I don't know. Maybe Dable would want a new quarterback because it's like, look what he did. Look what he made Josh Allen into.
Who are your receivers too? Like that's another yeah. Your offense is just stinky.
It is. They can't draft receivers.
Your defense is normally pretty good. I feel like your defense has played good this year.
Yeah. I think Hyatt will end up being pretty. I don't know if he's a 1,
He
but
could be a 2 or a 3.
he'd be a 2 or a 3.
Waller and Saquon back, I guess.
I guess. I'm not like Darius Slayton. Like he
He's
makes
fine.
nice plays
Yeah.
sometimes, but like, dude, he loves a drop. He loves a drop. But then that catch that he caught, the deep pass from Tyrod on Sunday, I was like,
Yeah.
if Daniel was throwing him that pass in the same spot, he would have dropped
Drops
it.
it, yeah. I don't know. I look at your team as like
They need someone more talented than Daniel Jones because, again, look what Dable made Josh Allen into.
how about Bryce Young? I'm joking. Would you take him?
No,
No.
not even close.
You wouldn't even try.
Poo-poo.
No.
Major
Poo-poo.
poo-poo. Major
Obviously,
poo-poo.
Dable is good with guys like quarterbacks that can use their feet and run a little bit. Get Jaden Daniels.
Imagine
Get
trading
Jaden Daniels.
DJ Moore and another first round, the number 1 overall pick in the next draft for Bryce Young.
That's
I'm not gonna lie,
so
that
crazy.
sounds like something the Giants would do.
They didn't post the Panthers, but yeah, I mean ridiculous.
Like that sounds like something the Giants.
No,
would do.
they
now
could.
that Dan Snyder's gone, their owner's the new worst owner in football.
He threw a drink at a fan. Did you see that video?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
What?
That team's so fucked.
Is he like?
Dude, they're gonna be so bad for like the next 7 years.
Probably,
They're the new
yeah.
Browns,
Maybe,
but like worse, like a lot worse, baby. Because the Browns actually had like number 1 overall picks, they just got them wrong every time.
And thank God the Patriots didn't beat the Bills, dude. Thank God
Yeah.
they lost to the Bills. Because now they're in like what did they have, the 3rd pick now? And hopefully, I mean, it
Are the
sucks that they're
Cardinals
playing
ahead of them still or no?
Yes. No, the Commanders are ahead of them.
The Commanders have the 2nd overall pick.
Yeah. And they have the 3rd pick, and then I think the Cardinals have the 4th pick.
Because I was gonna say, yeah, the Cardinals hurt there. I think they're gonna stick with Kyler. I like Kyler, and
Yeah, I think they're okay with winning games. Like they don't really care.
but they ruin their chances at Harrison because I think Harrison and Kyler could be really good together. Because like Kyler's a little guy, but he's got a really good arm.
Yeah.
He could fucking throw the ball downfield.
But
I
now
like
the-
Kyler.
Now the Patriots get Marvin Harrison.
It's gonna be weird how it shakes out because like the Bears could trade back or like anyone could trade and I
That's
don't know.
true.
They might do that too. The Bears trade back.
Yeah.
If they don't want to, if they stick with
So
Justin Fields.
keep Fields. So I feel like we ask this every week too, but keep Fields or Fields out.
I really, at my gut level, think he's good. I really do.
You have to pay him. That's the thing. So if you think he's good, then you have to pay him like he's good.
I think
I-
they will because they're dumb.
I would draft another guy.
I want to see him on Atlanta. I think he'd be so good on Atlanta.
Yeah, in the dome too.
Yes.
I do think he would
That's a good
benefit from
fit.
a change of scenery. I really do. But at my gut level, I don't think they're going to do anything special. They're just going to pay him like they do, like other shitty franchises do. And like they're not going to build around him at all. They're going to stick with what they have because they think it works. They're like, look, we almost made the playoffs. And it's like
Whereas like they really were out of it the whole time.
they really were never in it.
yeah.
I saw something today that was funny. It was like no Chicago Bears quarterback has ever had a better season than Jordan Love has this year.
No way.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did say that.
That's awful. Well, like, is that true?
that's true. There's never been a 4,000-yard passer in Bears history.
Jay Cutler?
Never 4,000 yards. He may have thrown. He may have thrown. The stat was Jordan Love has 3,800 yards and 30 touchdowns, more than any Bear in the history of the NFL. I don't know if it's those stats together or if like maybe one guy threw 30 once but didn't have a lot of yards. I have no
like,
idea.
At some point, would you not just be like, all right, let's just keep trying to get a quarterback, like,
Yeah.
or like try to like shift our identity to offense? Instead
But
of
here's the
defense.
thing: if the Bears drafted Jordan Love would be fucking terrible,
Horrendous. Yeah.
probably.
That's why I think you just keep Justin Fields, and you have to just try to make it work with him.
It's just something
He's
about him in
talented
Chicago
enough.
that I don't love.
He's talented enough, I think, to build a decent
like with
squad
the
around.
like it does. It sounds corny, but like it does play a factor, like how cold it is there and the wind. And
No, it
something
does.
like
It's
that.
not corny. I mean,
He
it's
just
the truth.
doesn't. He doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that excels in
In,
that
like, cold
kind of
weather, yeah.
Yeah. Atlanta, he'd benefit from, and he's not Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson does just fine in cold weather.
Yeah.
He's an anomaly.
I think he's a better passer than Lamar Jackson. I think he can be just as good of a runner. He proved that last year.
I
You
don't
think
know
Lamar
if he's
Jackson's a better passer?
Lamar Jackson's a better passer than Justin
Justin
Fields.
Fields is not.
I think they're.
I don't think.
I
Fields
think
is
they're a lot closer than people.
No,
make
Lamar
out to be.
Jackson's a better
I don't
passer.
think
Would you
Fields is
say?
good.
Would
I
you
don't think
say
he's a
it's
good
like a
passer at
lot
all.
though?
I'd
I don't
s-
think it's a lot.
I'd say it's a wide margin.
I don't think so.
I'd say there's a gap, but I don't know if I'd like oh, it's like a lot.
I don't think it's.
But-
I don't think it's as much as people make it out to be. I really, at a gut level, think he's really good. I think like there's just the franchise is just dampering it.
How about we do?
Like, look at all
He's
the
taking
rushing
steps.
yards.
we
He's
do a
taking
one-
steps as a passer this year. but
How about
I
we
don't-
do
because
a-
I
they
still don't
actually
think
got
he's-
a wide
I
receiver.
still don't think he's a good passer.
They actually got a wide receiver that is competent, and they have Cole Kmet, who was excelling this year because of him.
What do you want to play a game?
Trevor Lawrence for Justin Fields.
The Jags would never do that.
No,
No, I
I-
hate that.
for
Yeah.
both or for.
I hate it for both of them. Yeah,
Nah,
not as much for Justin
I-
Fields because I think
I like
probably
it for
would be-
Jacksonville. I think he'd be good
I
on
think
Jacksonville.
would
yeah.
win that.
I don't know. I think
100%.
Doug likes Trevor.
You like Trevor.
I like. I just don't think the Jags would do that. One of them's had a successful season, and the other one has never.
All right, that's fair. I guess.
I mean,
Like, are the Jags
one
not?
also had Matt Nagy and Eberflus. Like,
All right,
That's
Mahomes
true.
for Fields. 1 for 1.
Whoa.
I think honestly, I guess Travis Kelce being like the caveat, but like it's not that different of a
No,
situation. Without
literally.
Travis Kelce, it's the same thing.
Why do they not talk about Matt Nagy being the offensive coordinator more? Like
They're
they don't
not
say-
shitting on him, dude. It's
No, but like,
crazy.
can we start? Like, can we be the campaign?
I just think anything with the Kansas City Chiefs cannot be talked about because of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
But he just like ruined it for everybody.
They're like, I have not seen one person say anything about how bad Patrick Mahomes has been.
Yeah,
Nobody said anything, dude.
it's just Taylor Swift.
People
Taylor
are
Swift,
like-
Taylor Swift.
People are like, you know, look at the team that they have. It's funny how they use it last year, like, oh, they're going to fall off because they don't have Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, but then they still go to the AFC Championship.
And then they still win a Super Bowl. And now this year, it's look at how bad Patrick Mahomes is. Look at how bad his team is. Like, they don't have Tyreek Hill. How do you expect them to be good? It's like, you can't have it both ways.
I
Yeah.
mean, he's still got 4,000. He's probably going to finish with 30 touchdowns. He's got 37, or he's got 27 right now. But there was at one point where, like, his stats were really not good.
Oh yeah, but also he's throwing the fucking garbage like truck
Poo-poo
workers.
pee-pee, yeah.
They won a fucking Super Bowl last year.
I don't know how.
I'm sick of that excuse.
I don't know
I'm really
how.
sick of it. Like, you did it last year.
Their
Why
defense,
can't you
dude,
do it
their
this
defense
year?
is really good. At
Yeah.
the end of that Bengals game, dude, they were swallowing Browning on every play they were getting to him.
I'm
It was
saying this
crazy.
now. If it's Miami at Kansas City, which is a very real possibility, you take out everything and you put it on Miami. Like Miami is not losing that game.
Well, that
You
would
say
only be if
but I
Miami
think
gets
that's
into the 2
only
seed, right?
matchup that Kansas City actually wins.
Oh, I highly disagree. I think Miami puts up like 45 against them.
I don't know. We'll
They play.
see.
Yeah, they played in Germany, so
That was a weird game.
that was a weird game.
Yeah, I don't ever count the international games. Those are so dumb.
Do we
You
want?
can't like count them.
I kind of.
It doesn't make like it.
stats
None
now.
of those games fucking matter.
Yeah.
It's like I wish that they just wouldn't do it, but whatever.
Want to go to this way?
Sure. Wait, we didn't talk about like what were we gonna talk about?
Thought we'd hit a lot of it.
Dude, did you know?
Well, we didn't really. I mean, we talked about the Eagles briefly, but like, how did they lose that game?
So I mean, we'll go into whatever you were gonna say. We'll get into that, but this has to do kind of with the Eagles. It's crazy to me. So Raheem Mostert has 18 rushing touchdowns. Do you know who has the second most rushing touchdowns in the NFL?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen both have 15.
Yeah.
And then it's running backs after that. No other running back has more than 15.
I mean,
That's pretty.
And like every single rushing touchdown, besides like 2 or 1 yard, or like
Well,
just 1 yard.
That's not as much the case for Josh Allen, but like still for the most part.
if it's 3rd and 2, I don't think there's a more automatic 2 yards than Josh Allen in the fucking NFL. Swear to God. If he runs to that right side, he's getting 2 yards.
He's a fucking house.
He is a tank.
And like that's why the tush push works for them. Because
Yeah.
it's like the quarterback has to do a lot of it. I think that's why it gets like misconstrued, because like the quarterback sneak for the longest time was like, oh, you just have to like fall forward on top
Dude,
of
that
your
would be a
offensive
good
line.
Super Bowl. That Eagles and Bills game was a great game this year.
That was my pick last year, and I wish it happened. But I think this.
And then I lost a lot of money on that game.
Yeah,
Definitely
I think
is a possibility this year. I mean, anything could happen.
anything could happen.
Anything could happen.
Literally anything.
I mean, like I said
It
last
could be
week,
Lions Browns.
like I said last week, a lot of the times in these Super Bowls, it's like a rematch from whatever interconference play happened at some point in the season.
Yeah.
What would
Bills,
be the
Eagles
what would
is a
be
possibility.
the worst possible outcome?
Tampa Bay.
That is very possible. I should say.
Cowboys,
Oh, that's
and
actually
Cowboys
possible.
and Ravens because I don't like E.
I think
Yeah,
Cowboys
Ravens
and
is an icky
Browns.
game.
Cowboys and Browns would be the worst
Dude,
Super
it's
Bowl
just
ever.
it's just Cowboys losing by like 10 in the most like boring way possible.
I'm trying to think of
It'd be another Rams Patriots Super Bowl if Dallas and the Browns played.
maybe.
Yeah, but if the Browns got there, it's kind of like
that's fun. Yeah.
I would hate it so much.
If it was like I don't know.
the Colts and the Seahawks.
Yeah.
No, the Colts and the Saints.
Oh.
The Saints, I mean, they need some things to happen to get in, but
Tampa Bay, and
Cleveland would be the
Cleveland.
worst one.
yeah.
It has to be.
dude, if Tampa Bay got in, that'd be kind of like Baker in a Super Bowl. That's kind of hot.
That'd be so crazy.
No, that'd be so ugly.
Well, like,
Everybody would be like, remember that Baker Mayfield year where we won a Super
yeah.
Bowl?
Well, fucking, they play Philly probably.
Who?
Like one of the playoffs, Tampa.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
Oh, it's not going to be Dallas anymore. Oh, my God. Philly's going to fucking slap them.
really,
Yeah. I don't like... Dallas killed them last
Well,
year.
unless,
I wouldn't
unless
like...
they win and Dallas loses, right?
I think I would have liked...
Philly should kill them.
I think they would.
They should.
I mean, yeah. Let's go to next week now.
All right.
I think that's a perfect segue.
Oh, my God.
Ahem.
Atlanta Falcons traveling to the New Orleans Saints. Oh no, hold on, wait.
Start with Saturday.
My shit is all. You want to start with Saturday? Where's the Saturday game?
4:30. Pittsburgh at Baltimore.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Baltimore is plus 3.5 at home. Over under is 36.5. Antonio, take it away.
We don't know for sure yet, but
This line is
obviously they're
saying-
probably sitting like a lot of their guys.
This line says that they're setting up.
It's not a big roster, so like you can't really sit everybody.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
If the Steelers win, they're in. Yeah.
yeah.
Why does it feel like that's happening?
Antonio, this is the easiest.
Not even that I want
Antonio,
it to happen.
this is the easiest bet of your life.
What that the Steelers.
What do I tell you every fucking week about the Pittsburgh Steelers?
They seem to be doing better with Mason Rudolph, though, which
No,
is
I understand.
ugly.
What do they always do? Play down to their competition. If they have backups in, that's
Oh,
the worst thing for
jeez.
them.
It's going to be a backup scheme.
It's going to be
Well,
the
'cause-
Oh, they already
Steelers are
beat Baltimore
made up.
this year.
yeah.
The Steelers
yeah,
are made up
give
of
me
mostly
Baltimore. I don't
backups.
want the Steelers to get in anyway.
Baltimore
Also,
plus
too, did you
3.5.
see the thing that Kenny Pickett like didn't want to be the backup to Mason Rudolph? He like refused to be the backup.
Because he's played so well.
Yeah, I think that was kind of dumb.
Yeah, that's retarded.
I liked Mason Rudolph at Oklahoma State.
Yeah, like 74 years ago.
Did you like him when he was hitting Myles Garrett in the head with a helmet?
That was the other way around.
That was Garrett.
Oh yeah, well that's what I meant. But
He told
Dude,
him a name.
Mason Rudolph,
yeah,
like
did you like when he was calling
Bo
you
Nix has
hard R?
been in college forever. Like while Mason Rudolph was still,
You know,
at Oklahoma
he's
State.
got one more year next year. Boners. No, I'm joking. You were so pissed for a second. You were so
like his
mad.
7th year. He was on Auburn. It was 2018.
Nah, the guy in Kansas had the longest career ever. Something Perry. Perry Ellis. Perry Ellis.
Perry Ellis.
Perry
No,
Ellis was
dude.
there for forever.
Yeah.
I feel like in basketball, Kansas centers stay there for like 10
So
years.
do North Carolina centers, though.
That too.
Like Baycott's
Also,
been there forever.
I forget. I think it was Javon Carter on West Virginia. He was
there forever, yeah.
And he looked like he was 40
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, he was good though.
Hell yeah. Number 4, dude.
Mhm.
Fucking
What
Bob
were we-
Huggins.
What were we
press.
talking about before this?
Baseball.
The Ravens game.
The AC Milan game.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Ravens.
Pulisic scored again.
I don't like the fact that Pittsburgh has a chance to make it in.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's not going to happen.
I got my my flow back. Unless you want to do this whole thing.
I got my swagger back.
Saturday 8:15. We got Houston at Indy. Houston is a -1.5 point favorite. Over unders 47.5.
Oh, another note too is the Steelers are gonna have a winning record again.
I say it every year, and they
Always
always
just bet on it every year. We should just bet
No,
that
I'm
they're
saying
gonna
like
win
I
at least
always
9 games.
I the last 2 seasons I'm like, this is the year he doesn't go 500,
I know,
and then this year I said this is the year he doesn't go 500.
and I agreed with you this year, and last year I didn't.
I mean, it was right there.
They just somehow
They just do it. Yeah.
We need to bet them over 8.5 wins every single year.
But that's always the line, and it's like, why go against it? Like,
I'm gonna bet they're over every year.
now it's not gonna happen.
Yes.
Houston
at Indy.
It's Minshew mania, no? Colts win this game.
I think
At home?
Houston wins this game.
At home, no, I don't think they're gonna let him in. I don't think they're gonna let Stroud in.
Not yet.
I don't think so.
I think
Not
they
yet.
want him over Minshew.
I really want. Yeah, but dude, I pick every Colts game wrong. So if my gut's telling me Colts,
You're doing the reverse.
maybe I should go Texans. And like Stroud is a better quarterback, but we're in Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pick the Colts. I don't like it. I don't love it.
I'm also taking the Colts, but the more I think about it, I like the Texans. But I'm just sticking with the Colts.
I like the Texans. I think that they deserve it over the Colts.
I think so too.
They've
Yeah,
played
definitely-
better.
Definitely loser leaves town.
If CJ
obviously.
Stroud doesn't get a concussion, I think that they probably would be in without any.
A question.
That sucks. He
Yeah,
ended up getting
so
hurt
no.
because he probably would have been like the leader in.
He could have
passing
been
and
the
touchdowns.
MVP.
He probably would have been the MVP.
He could have been the MVP his rookie season, which is.
Yeah, and they definitely would have been probably
Well,
a higher seed.
It
than
doesn't
us.
matter now at this point, but was CJ Stroud's fucking MVP odds before the year 100-1?
Oh yeah, no, I bet.
At the height,
Yeah,
of
no,
it,
it-
you probably could have had a healthy.
He doesn't
cash
get hurt.
out.
They're probably leading that division because the Jags slipped like big.
He was close to the favorite at one point, or he might have been the favorite for 1 week. I don't know,
It was like after, was it like week 8
something like
or
that.
week 9?
But like all these MVP favorites, I feel like every week have just gone down, and like a new
it
one
just seems
emerges.
to be Christian McCaffrey running away with it at this point.
No, it's Lamar.
Lamar's gonna win it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, true.
yeah. Which I don't know if I necessarily
I think
agree
Christian
with.
McCaffrey deserves it more.
I might agree with that.
I might agree with
He's
that.
been the
but-
most consistent, and
But
like
now that they're
it's always the most valuable player to the like, dude. Without Christian McCaffrey,
Where are the?
where are they?
But it's like now that there is finally a quarterback sticking out, it's just gonna go back to being a quarterback.
Yeah, I
again.
think that probably is what's gonna happen. But I wish Christian McCaffrey would win it.
All right. So we have a round. Oh no, we don't. Me and Antonio are on Indy. You're on Houston.
Chair versus couch.
Trevor's couch, the classic.
Usually the chair loses,
Even though-
but I don't care. I will continue to fight.
Falcons +3 at the Saints. Did you want to say something?
Mm,
Or you're
I was gonna say something about Lamar. I was like, even though Josh Allen has more throwing touchdowns and rushing touchdowns than Lamar Jackson, but he just isn't playing for the best team in the league.
If they win the AFC East, you could maybe make a case for him.
Right, but I think they're gonna say he has too many turnovers because he did.
Yeah, he
really
kinda
look
He was
like
the worst
shit.
quarterback for like the
Yeah.
first
Couple
6
weeks,
He looked
yeah.
like fucking
this year.
shit for a while.
All right, Atlanta at the Saints. Atlanta +3 over under 42.5.
You know what irks me?
Let me hear it.
Whenever you read out the games, it's never in order on my
Yeah.
CBS app.
I know. I get so
And
pissed.
it just irks me. It
What do
irks
you
my
use?
OCD
Action
brain.
Network.
Is that an app?
Yeah.
It irks my OCD. But you know what? I don't care.
Who are we taking?
This game sucks. This is like a win and get in scenario kind of.
Yeah. Well, not for Atlanta, but
Atlanta needs. Does Atlanta?
Atlanta does not need this game. They're playing spoiler. This is a week where you take like every underdog.
No, Atlanta clinches NFC South with
with a win and a they
Tampa
both
Bay
need,
loss.
they both
to
need
lose.
Tampa Bay to lose. Okay, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So
New Orleans can still get in a wild card though if the Seahawks lose, I believe, which is so gross.
Interesting.
yeah, New Orleans clinches NFC South with New Orleans win, Tampa Bay loss or tie, or New Orleans tie and a Tampa Bay loss.
Oh, they would. New Orleans would need Green Bay and Seattle to lose if they needed to. Get
I like the Saints to win, but I don't know if I like the Saints to win by more than 3. Like that feels like it's asking a lot. I don't know. Normally, I don't feel that way, but 3 seems like a lot in this game.
I feel like they have played a lot of closer games, and they typically do like when it matters. Like I feel like they play like closer games. Didn't that happen last year?
What happened? Saints won last week, right?
Yeah.
The Saints.
Oh
won
yeah,
last
they're
week
losing this week.
in like
Okay.
a weird dominant win over the.
I'm
over Tampa Bay.
taking the Saints to win and the Falcons to cover. That's my official pick.
Okay.
21-20 Saints.
I'm taking the Saints to lose and the Saints
Not to cover. Got it.
I just think they're gonna like shit their pants. I don't know.
Fair enough.
Like they're just gonna piss off their fans, and it's just gonna be like immediately fire Dennis Allen, get Derek Carr the fuck out of here, kind of type thing.
And then go get Sean Payton.
Oh,
Whoa.
he'll come back.
Or do they just clean Atlanta's clock and then they get Arthur Smith out of there?
Either scenario is somewhat likely.
And who's even starting for Atlanta?
Heineke.
Because they took him out last game and then they put Ritter back in.
Why do they keep doing that? I didn't even know that they did that.
They did that, yeah. I was like, why? He like came in. I think
Where the fuck did Desmond Ritter come from?
A shit university? Oh, Cincinnati. Yeah.
An AAC
Yeah.
team, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
yucky.
He's awful.
Yucky.
All right, let's go. Cleveland at the Bengals. Cleveland is +6.
At this point, I just think the Bengals don't really have much to play for. I don't know if the motivation's really going to be there.
The Browns are not playing anybody, and
Oh, Bengals are covering.
yeah, Cincinnati's covering. Normally, that does not apply for most games, but here I feel like
Could
it
be a
will.
snow game.
There's a few of these that look like they're going to be snow games.
We're getting snow on Sunday.
Yeah, a lot, right?
Could be.
Wow.
I think it's still far away, but like they said it has the potential. So normally
Okay,
what
so that
happens
means
Oh,
that
it's
none.
Yeah, we're not
Yeah.
getting.
we're gonna get
we're
like
not going to see.
we're gonna
A
get like a
dusting.
dusting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not even gonna
No,
stick
they
to the
love
road.
seeing like saying 6 to 9
You're
inches.
like, oh, but if
and
you
then,
look at this path, then it's 12 to 18 feet of snow. You're like,
Yeah.
then I get up in the morning and I'm like,
did it snow?
where's the snow?
Yeah.
Yeah, that usually happens at this time of year.
Is it full of snow?
I do like Cincinnati to cover that if Cleveland isn't going to play anybody. Because Jesus Christ, if Cleveland doesn't play anybody,
They really have no.
What are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacksonville at the Titans.
they're Carolina if they don't play anybody.
Dude,
Jacksonville's -4.5.
they do not play well in Tennessee.
This is a Tennessee victory.
I think I'm going to be with you,
Yeah.
which means that the Jags would miss the playoffs.
And the
but-
Colts would be the division winner.
which is gross, but like, and we don't know what the Jags
Or
are
the
doing
Texans.
at quarterback. They just bad shit happens when they go to Nashville.
They're losing.
Yeah,
They're losing.
I'm with you. I'm gonna take the points.
Strictly because of this line, I'm taking Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. You threw me a curveball right there. No, I really expected you to say Tennessee.
I just think like this line would be a lot
Me
closer.
picking against the Jags and Nolan picking the Jags.
Yeah, this is a weird one.
Don't you think that line would be a lot closer?
I just think people think Tennessee are horrid. And they might be right. Tennessee might be horrid.
They,
Tennessee's a little horrid.
Yeah.
they are. I don't think
They're
they
definitely
quite.
the worst they've been.
I don't
in
think they
recent
quite
years.
know what they're doing at quarterback this weekend either. I don't
Yeah,
think.
You
it's,
got
didn't
it.
they
You
bring-
got it.
I don't think it's for sure that Levis is playing.
Didn't
You
they
gotta
bring
throw
Tannehill
you
in?
gotta throw Tannehill out there just to be like, all right, the
Well,
bat.
did Levis get hurt?
Kinda, and then like
Yeah.
Tannehill came
Yeah,
in.
and then Tannehill came in.
Is he their like quarterback of the future though?
I've seen enough from him that I would give him a year. That's me personally.
He played
though.
well in the beginning.
I thought he's played well, pretty well. He's had stretches where he's looked awful.
He's got way more of a ceiling than Tannehill does.
Oh yeah, obviously.
I think because it's always tough to say when they like come in like they get just thrown into the fire. Like if they had a proper offseason and they knew that they were going to come in and be the starter, like hey, we're going to give you the reins, like just see how it goes to prove yourself. Like I think that
if he was on the Titans like 3 years ago when they were pretty good, like he probably would have been pretty good.
Yeah.
Wasn't that so gross that they got a 1 seed one year?
Mm-hmm.
They were 11-5.
Yeah, they knocked Tom Brady out of New England.
That wasn't when they were the 1 seed, though. I don't think that was wild card weekend.
Well, that was when they made it to the AFC Championship.
The year after they were the 1 seed.
Yeah, that's gross.
That was gross. Well, when they made it to the AFC Championship, it was gross.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next year was even grosser because they were the 1 seed.
Yeah, then they lost to the Bengals, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Minnesota at Detroit. Detroit is -3. This week you parlay every underdog money line, or not parlay, round robin underdog money lines.
I like that.
Minnesota is winning this game.
Yeah, I like Minnesota too.
Why though?
Because Detroit's just on a free fall now. They're chalked.
I'm not
disagree.
I'm not claiming free fall.
Okay, Antonio, you want to talk about Lions free fall? It's Lions free fall 2024. Actually, it starts this Sunday.
I just don't think they win this game.
They're not going to.
Yeah.
So, like, what are the scenarios for them if they win or lose?
If they win, they're the 2, right? Or no?
They would need Dallas to lose because Dallas is a tiebreaker with them.
So
Dallas is looking like they're gonna be the 2 unless.
So they're the 3 if
they lose the Commanders, dude.
They're the 3 no matter what, or they're the 2 if they win and Dallas loses. Then.
Would they also need Philly to lose?
No. Did they play Philly?
Oh. The Lions? I think they did.
Who won? Did Philly
Let me find out. Maybe I'm lying.
Philly played
Maybe
Detroit
I'm
year?
a fucking filthy shithead liar, dude.
He might be a liar. I don't know.
I'm lying out of my teeth.
Yeah, I didn't remember that game.
So if they end up with the same record, though, who gets the 2?
I think Detroit. Because I think
What
that's how it was before.
Detroit may have a better division record. I'm not 100% sure.
Is that what they go by? It's division record?
Yes,
first?
if they didn't play head to head. Division.
Yeah, they should have a better division.
Lions are
record
3-2 and 7-4 in division. And, never mind. Philly is 4-1 and 7-4.
Philly, that's a.
Yeah,
so
they'd
they
be
would
the
need
2
both
seed.
teams to lose.
So they're probably going to be the 3 seed. If Dallas wins the NFC East, it would be yet another year of no repeat NFC East division winners.
That's how it has to be.
It's just written.
I'm not saying I'm rooting for the Cowboys to win the division, but like
it's one of the staples of the script.
Let's keep it crazy.
Yeah.
It's like when you watch like a TV show or like a sitcom, and there's always like that one quirky thing that always happens. It's like that. Like that's the staple in the script. Is like you can't have a repeat NFC East title. They're like, why? It's like, no, it just has to happen.
So you have Detroit, obviously.
I do.
Okay.
I think that they're just on killer mode. They're on killer instinct now.
The classic Jets-Patriots match.
So the free money, you bet
the
fucking
free money
Patriots.
twice a year. New England Patriots -2.5. Over under is 31.
I think this is the spot.
One? This is the one that the Jets won or not?
No. No, because here's what I'm gonna say. This is like the spot. This is the best spot all year to just hammer New England money line.
Yeah, and especially if this is Bill's like last game as a Patriot.
It won't be, but it could be.
The fact that it
Definitely
could be
it's
means
definitely,
that they're fucking the Jets.
I don't know. I think we discussed it a lot in the middle of the year where like if he left, like what would happen. It's looking more and more like they're just gonna keep him there, and it's just gonna be the same story.
I guess you can't really say that till the offseason, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like that's just what it feels like.
Yeah.
Like, you know, before it felt like they were firing him, they're getting him out. Then it was like,
but that hasn't been confirmed.
They're like, and then when Brandon Staley got fired, they're like, he's going to the Chargers. And then it was like, we're just gonna take the GM away from him. How does it not just go into we're just gonna keep it the same? We're just gonna give him another year. It's like what? I think you definitely have to take the GM role away from him.
I agree with that. I'm taking the Patriots in this game. I think you'd be an idiot not to. But that
Putting my
means,
home on the
but
Patriots money
that
line.
means that the Jets. No, that doesn't mean that the Jets win, right?
I hope to God the Jets
No.
win, but they won't. I hope to God. I'm the biggest Jets fan on Sunday, by the way.
Dane Green.
Yeah.
Last 1 o'clock game. Tampa Bay travels to Carolina. Tampa Bay is a 5.5 point favorite. Over under 38.
This might be a spot though where Tampa Bay murders them.
I mean, you
Get right. How do you not?
Not even like
Well,
a get
like-
right thing. It's just like Carolina's really bad, and they're just going to be really motivated to win this game.
Carolinas?
No, Tampa Bay.
Oh, I thought you said Carolina. Yeah, no, I mean, I just feel like taking Carolina in any situation is not a smart wager. And, maybe they cover, but I wouldn't.
Get that mic in front of your face.
I'll take Tampa Bay.
Okay. Love it.
Chicago at the Packers. Chicago is +3, and the over-under is 44. Why are you laughing? Or why do you have like a smirk?
Because Chicago's going to win this game.
Why?
This is the one.
This is the one?
Oh, no, it's in Green Bay? Never mind.
Yeah.
If this was in Chicago.
Oh, they still haven't beaten them yet?
Yeah, they still haven't beaten them.
Chicago.
Yeah, to keep them out of the
Thank
playoffs.
you.
That's what I was thinking today.
This is one of those
because
matchups
Green
that,
Bay, I
like,
think Green Bay is winning in.
Oh, Chicago's free.
I think Chicago's
I
going to
think
win.
Green Bay is winning in, I believe.
Chicago's free.
Yeah, I think I'll double check, but I believe that's what the scenario is.
Wow, what a script Roger put together for that. Good for him. Packers are out
I
because
think
the
this
Bears
is the
beat
one.
them. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I mean, I guess they could still get in without winning, but they would need a bunch of shit. They would need a Minnesota loss or tie, Seattle loss, and Tampa Bay loss.
Jesus.
Or Minnesota loss,
Tampa
Seattle
Bay
loss.
loss.
They would need a Minnesota loss or tie, or Seattle loss, or no, Minnesota loss or tie, and Seattle loss, and Saints loss.
Yeah.
They have a tiebreaker against the Saints. I know that. So I remember that game well.
So those are the two scenarios where they could lose and still get in, but that's asking a lot.
The Bears.
I'll ride that train. I like that
The Bears.
because that would be such a cool story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that feels like an NFL story too. So I feel like that's like a good spot.
And I think people have been propping up Jordan Love the past week, and I think he's been very both sides. So I think like he's been very up and down.
Yeah. But I feel like when people want to jump on the train is when you jump off, and when you want to jump off the Jordan Love train is when you should be jumping on. So
Yeah.
this is the time where you jump off.
Yeah.
So
I'll be seeing you. I'll get off at this stop.
I'll be seeing Dallas taking on Washington. Dallas is a 13-point favorite in Washington. Over under is 45.5 points. Gentlemen, the Dallas Cowboys kill the Washington Commanders in this game. Secure the NFC East. This is a very easy pick.
Washington covers.
No.
Washington might cover. It's gonna be a scenario where
You guys hate taking the underdog in bid spread, and now I'm all over Dallas, and you guys are like, nah.
I don't know. That just feels like a typical Dallas spot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Where they like.
This is the week before the stupid shit happens, though. Like, this is the week where they look good, and everyone's like, oh, we gotta bet Dallas in the playoffs. Like,
I definitely can see where you're coming from there, and that definitely probably is true. But I might just take Commanders to cover this spread. It's gonna be like a close game.
I don't really have a good reason, but I just feel like they're gonna.
It's gonna be like a close
weird.
game for no reason. I don't know.
we'll see.
Probably Ron Rivera's last game.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe he coaches his ass off.
No, I don't think that. But
He'll have a big
I think
big
Eric
week in
Bien-
my coach
Eric
fantasy
Bieniemy-
league.
Eric Bieniemy is gonna draw some shit up though.
That was one of my better ones. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
Who was I talking about?
He was like, Mike. Oh, no, I don't even know. So he was talking about some coach, and I was
Oh
like,
yeah, it was McDaniels.
Mike
I was
McDaniels,
like,
yeah.
I think McDaniels looks really good.
Yeah.
We were talking about the Dallas game.
yeah. And I was like, oh, at least I have him on my coach fantasy team.
Oh yeah.
I said it so quickly.
that was when
we started dying.
that was when we had Alan on.
Alan was here.
You said that on the podcast one time, and I died laughing.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
that's what we were
what we're
ta- that's what we were talking about.
So was that when Ellen was here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
I do remember.
I'm
that.
so hungry. I'm gonna eat so much
I'm
pasta
starving
when I get
right now.
home, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Denver at the Raiders. Denver plus 2.5. Over/unders 38. I don't think we've had a food discussion on here in a while. Normally, I felt like that used to be a big thing.
Dude, I have.
Where we'd be like, we're starving.
Dude,
Like,
have
we
you
used to
ever
say that
have
all
you
the
ever
time.
had
I feel like that just happens after we are done
you ever
recording the podcast.
you ever have a Redstone Pasta Company?
Yes. Yeah.
Is that what you're gonna get?
I have bolognese waiting for me.
Oh
at
yeah,
home.
you're.
And that's I know I'm gonna have to heat it up.
I
a
might
little
just
bit,
beat the
but
shit
I
out
don't
of you.
Fucking
No,
care
I might
that
just
this
beat.
is pasta.
I might beat the shit out of you and just pretend I'm you and go to your house and just like eat it.
Yeah, go in there and say something Italian. I'll be like,
hey.
bro, Redstone's so
Shake your hands
fucking
a lot,
good,
like,
dude. I can't
You know, what about
wait.
those Yankees? And you're like,
Yeah, my grandpa would be like, "Oh, Sal, I remember you from."
Literally.
He's like, "Yeah, there's our pool."
Yeah, there's no plate. Like, don't help
yeah,
yourself.
you'd be like very obviously trying to impersonate Antonio, but they would just be like, hey,
They'd be
Sal.
like, oh yeah, don't grab a plate. Like, we're
Like, hey,
happy to
Sal.
have you. No,
You
if
didn't
it's
even have to.
if it's cold, you put it on that pan and you let it in that pan for 5 minutes and you stir it a little bit. That's what you gotta do.
With the pasta and the sauce together.
yes, you put the sauce down first.
Well, I did that.
Listen. You put the
The
sauce.
last time I did, well,
Okay, I'm
it's not
listening.
gonna be separated. It's from a place.
Do you have
it's gonna be
Do
mixed
you have
in.
like you don't want to mix sauces actually? That wouldn't be the best.
No,
Yeah,
no.
Never
Especially
mind.
a
He's way too
bolognese from
Italian
this
for
place,
Yeah,
dude.
no, I was gonna say that, but then
way
that's a
too
bad idea.
Italian. For
It's
that.
all right. Their pasta's really fucking good. It'll,
So wait,
it'll
what were you
still
gonna
be
say?
fine.
What
in the
happened last time? What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say last time it was well because I separated the sauce and I put the sauce in the pan.
Yep.
I heated up the pasta in the microwave for a little bit, and then the hot sauce from the pan took care of the rest when it came to heating up the pasta.
Yeah.
It was. I'm gonna do it every time.
Yeah.
But for that, you can just put it. For leftovers, for like leftovers from a place like that, I think the microwave is just
microwave's
fine.
fine.
You're not gonna give a fuck.
Like it's gonna be really good anyway. It's not like it's gonna.
And most of the time too, I don't need it to be like super super hot.
Air fry it.
No. Didn't you say you tried that?
The pasta?
Yeah.
Did I? I don't think.
I thought you said you
How the
tried
fuck does that work?
I feel like it would just get like
So much shit
hard.
would
It
get
would
stuck
get
in
hard
there.
Yeah.
and like it
Yeah.
would just take all the moisture out of it, which is not what you want.
Not at all.
Oh,
It'd be
there's
like you
no-
know how uncooked pasta is.
There's no
It
night
could
game.
go back to something like that.
I hate that.
Yeah,
Teresa eats that.
uncooked
Not
pasta.
not like a lot of it, but like I was cooking pasta like last week or something.
Oh, dude.
She was like, give me one. I was like, you're funny. She was like, no, actually, like I'll have one.
When I was
like,
a little kid, I used to
like hard uncooked.
yes,
Oh, yeah, dude.
I was like, whoa.
when I was a little kid, I used to like go to where
What
the
the hell?
spaghetti was, and I
Yeah.
would take like 3 out of there, and I would go back to her and just go.
No, I was like, okay, like sure.
Well, only if it was spaghetti. I won't eat uncooked pasta if it was like elbows or anything like that.
It was like a penne.
It's like hard.
Yeah,
Like,
I
how
didn't.
do you bite into it?
She just
That's why I would do it with spaghetti because I could break it with my tongue.
yeah.
That's the weirdest shit. I didn't know that was a thing.
Apparently
Yeah,
it is.
that might be goon shit. I don't know.
All right,
That's it's goon shit.
back
Tell
to-
Teresa it's goon shit.
Yeah, I will. Don't
Okay,
worry.
good.
Back to the drawing board. Denver at Vegas. Vegas is a 2.5-point favorite. Over under 38. Vegas
This is
the right
weird.
side.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
was
think
gonna-
it's Vegas.
I was gonna get trapped in the Denver cocaine.
No, they're like kind of like.
It's not fun
They're like a
anymore?
little bit of a circus right now.
it's
I
not.
feel like.
It's not good anymore.
Yeah, like
you had to-
Sean Payton's pissed at the whole fucking
Yeah.
team. I don't even think he wants to win.
We never even talked about that whole like Russell Wilson
No,
thing.
no, didn't we last week? I thought we talked about that.
You were gonna say, "Oh, who cares?"
Yeah, who cares though? But like, really, who cares? Like, nobody
I mean, it
listening
was kind of
cares.
shady.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a. No, we did talk about this, did we not?
No,
I'm almost certain we talked.
I
about
think
it.
we
When else
did.
have talked about it. Didn't
It
happen
literally
this
happened
past
that
week?
day.
It happened last Tuesday.
Where they were gonna bench him.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh,
I
okay.
think we
Then
did.
we can move on. Then I didn't think we talked.
I don't
about
remember what we said, but
Because who cares, right? Who gives a fuck?
No, but the funniest part would be like we'd start talking about it, and then you listen to the podcast last week, and we said the complete opposite thing last week. We'd be like whatever view we have now is not the same view, and you'd be like, huh?
definitely, that's definitely how.
No,
it would be.
that definitely is what would happen.
They said the NFL might investigate it and like reprimand them somehow.
They should. I mean, they're trying to get out pay him $30 million. Like,
Yeah.
So what do you have in this game, Nolan? Vegas
I don't give a fuck.
Come on, Raiders have been for Antonio Pierce.
for Antonio.
I do like that. Okay. I'm in.
That
But
does.
I think
That
think
did
the
get me.
Raiders. I think the Raiders team is also much more enthusiastic about this game than the Broncos are.
Stupid of mine.
That's very true. Oh yeah, we're all retarded.
I'm like he has the same name as you, so I'll take him. I'm so
the
dumb.
most shocking spread of the NFL season, gentlemen. At least in my opinion. I mean, they may be playing backups, but Kansas City Chiefs at the Los Angeles Chargers.
That's still crazy.
How many do you know the spread of this game?
I'm
I
still
didn't see it. No.
How many points are the Chiefs favored by?
I'm still not betting on Easton Stick.
3.
Now that would make sense, right? It's actually the Chargers favored by 3.
Did you say Charger? You said Rams before, or maybe you said Chargers. I thought you said
I
Rams.
don't know what he said, but,
But
the Chargers are 3.
They're playing the Chargers,
Oh,
and
okay,
the
then that would change it a little bit. I would say probably like 6.5, 8.
yeah, the Chargers are a 3-point favorite over the Chiefs.
It's got to be then. They're not playing.
Yeah, but
Are
still.
they locked into the?
They're probably
Yeah,
locked
but
in
still, like, there's no Keenan Allen, there's no Justin Herbert.
Yeah,
so, like,
but it's like-
they have their
yeah,
backups
yeah.
too. So I don't get it.
It's just a backup.
It's a backup fest.
Backup off.
It's a back off.
Back off. Well, yeah. I guess they are locked in now that the Raiders can't beat
Get
them
'em,
out
yeah.
of the division. So
I want to take Kansas City, but this line tells me I have to take the Chargers, so I'm taking the Chargers.
I think I have to. Yeah, I'm in that spot too because when we have these situations, the lines usually tell the story.
Yeah.
And this tells us that Patrick Mahomes isn't playing. Who's their backup?
Henny still? I don't even know.
Is it still Chad?
I have-
No, he
I have
retired.
no- I
didn't he?
have no clue.
Chad Henne
I
retired.
have no clue.
Chad Henne retired last year. So who is it then?
I'll look it up.
I'm not betting on Easton Stick.
I mean, yeah, Easton Stick is terrible, but like, who the fuck
I'll
is the
take
backup
the
for-
points.
Blaine Gabbert.
Holy shit! I'm taking the Chargers. You like Blaine Gabbert?
I'm
a huge Blaine. No, I'm kidding.
He has his jersey on underneath his sweatshirt.
I'm taking the Chargers still.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That makes me more confident in the Chargers.
I'll take the Chiefs.
Another
They're probably
interest.
not going to play Travis Kelce either.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh yeah, true. I was gonna say another interesting spread, but it's not really. Rams at 49ers. Rams are plus 3.5, but the Niners have everything locked up. Healthy dose of Sam Darnold in this game.
Wow.
49ers murder him.
He's gonna throw
I like the 49ers
4
too.
touchdown
He might look really good.
passes.
He might look really good.
Does that knock them out of the playoffs, the Rams?
I think the Rams are on.
The Rams are in no matter what.
I
Then yeah, the 49ers are just going to murder them.
I think the Rams are on no matter what. I hate saying
I'll double
things
check, but
and not knowing them.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It is tough because we say a lot of dumb things.
Or we're like, yeah, this guy's playing, and then it's like, oh, he actually has a torn ACL and he's been out for 2
the
weeks.
Rams have clinched.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah,
49ers.
they don't give a
what
fuck.
do the Rams need to get in?
This is a Sam Darnold showcase to try and get a starting job somewhere.
Yeah.
Can the Rams lose and get in? Oh no, they clinched. I'm stupid. He just said that.
We just fucking.
I thought he said fine.
It's okay. It's all right.
He's drifting. He's thinking about that pasta.
I am too. Eagles.
No, I just also remembered I got to shower when I get home. Too.
All right, let's run this quick. Eagles at Giants.
You were all over the place.
Eagles at Giants. Eagles -5. Over under 41.5. Giants +5.
Yeah.
Giants +5.
Yeah. Giants +5.
Well, no, because the Eagles are playing for something.
I don't care. They're horrid.
So are
Yeah,
the
and
Giants.
dude, the Giants almost beat them.
We just talked for
Giants
10
almost
minutes
beat
how
them.
the Giants are
Giants
horrid.
almost beat them in Philly.
I could talk 20 minutes about how bad the Eagles have been the last month.
I'm taking the Eagles.
Go ahead. I'm taking the Giants. Seahawks at the Cardinals. Seahawks are -3 in Arizona.
Seahawks are what? -3?
Seahawks are -3 in Arizona. Over under 47.5.
Jesus.
This is the highest scoring game you've ever seen, and Arizona wins it on a field goal.
Oh, I was gonna say I love Arizona in this
Yeah.
game. I fucking love them.
Arizona wins on a last second field goal.
So
37-34 Arizona.
Everything you just said.
So yeah, Seattle pretty much needs to win and a Green Bay loss.
Green Bay's losing, so they need to win, but they're not going to.
Fuck it. I like Seattle. I think they get in.
All right. Last game, Sunday night. This is the game, the coup de grace. Bills at Dolphins. Bills are -3. Over-unders 49.5. Bills, before the season, I want to say were like -190 or 200 to win the division, maybe 180. So you're getting them at a little worse price right now to win
Kind
division.
of crazy that they're favored in this game now.
Well, I think it goes back to the first week.
Okay.
Where they set the division odds as this, and now it's a winner-take-all game. They have to at least make the odds like close to that. So,
What, 3?
do you think it's really that crazy? Buffalo,
I do.
Nolan. Buffalo kills this team every time they play. Like murders. like it's never close. like maybe last season in the playoffs, yeah, it was close, but like that's been the only game.
I do think this is just a very fucky spread. I do.
Miami can win. I'm not saying Miami can't win.
I have the Bills.
I have the Bills also. I don't love it though.
So, who deserves it more?
The Bills, because the Dolphins haven't beaten anyone all year. And because the Bills actually had to fight through something this year where the Dolphins just steamrolled like
They went through adversity. And
the Titans steamrolled like the Commanders, the fucking I don't know who they stomp, like the Raiders, like who's in the Broncos, like
they're on the Al Qaeda shit. The Bills.
well they're 4-0 since the 9/11 joke.
I know, but
Still can't.
I don't
believe
like that because he said that like 2 years ago. But like
They're 4-0 since the report about the 9/11 joke.
Oh,
it was like the tweet was
Sir, there's been a second report.
since McDermott supported Al Qaeda, they're 4-0.
Yeah, I got the Bills, Nolan. I think you have the Dolphins, but
No, I'll take the Bills. I mean, I was just kind of just looking at it like kind of disrespectful to Miami here, but I mean, if they're putting it at that, it's got to be something, right?
yeah.
I mean, I hope that this is a good game, but right now they're saying Buffalo just kills them. That's what they're saying right now.
Yeah.
So I'll just take it. I'll take it take it off the chin.
You'll take it.
I'll take it. Take it hard.
All right. Pick 3. We had a very good week last week, gentlemen.
Yep, we went 5-2 across the board. And pick 3.
8-2? 7-2.
7-2. Sorry.
7-2.
What did I say? 5?
5-2.
God, I'm faded.
I went 3-0, so I will decide.
Congrats.
Thank you. I will decide the order, and I want Antonio to go first.
We haven't had any of us go 3-0 in a while.
I went 3-0 2 weeks ago, and then
you did.
Alan came in and ruined my flow, and then I went 1-2. So
Tampa Bay, Cincinnati, and New England.
easy.
Damn, mowed it down.
Honorable mentions: Tennessee and Chicago.
No honorable mentions. The fuck is that? It's not pick 5.
Nolan, your
It
turn.
confused me when I'm listening back to it. Like how last week I thought Sal took Seattle because we were talking about how when we all take
I'll
it.
say it again: Tampa Bay, Cincinnati, New England.
Okay.
The New England Patriots.
Yep.
Nolan, after you, sir.
Okay. I'm going Houston -1.5. I'm going Tampa Bay -5.5, and I am going Bears +3.
I will be holding your hand, and we'll take the Bears together.
Okay.
Make my millennium.
I'm taking the Cowboys because I think that is just a shit pumping. And obviously, it wouldn't be a pick 3, the last pick 3 of the year, without Sal not knowing his third game.
The Broncos.
Survey says, from Mr. Lustrina, we're going to go with the Minnesota Vikings +3.
All right. Anything else, gentlemen?
I hope you enjoy your dinner. And I hope everyone has a great start to the new year.
Dude, if I die in a car crash on my way home before I get to my pasta, I'm gonna
Like,
be
at least-
so pissed.
no, at least let me
say things like
No.
that with how often you're like right about shit. Like you shouldn't say that.
No, he's gonna eat the bolognese, and then a car's gonna crash into his house. That's
No, he's gonna eat the pasta, enjoy it, and then get in a car accident on the way to work tomorrow.
all right. We're not laughing at that. There's no laughing about that.
That'd be wild.
No,
You just did laugh at it.
but I like.
I mean,
should
as
not.
long as I don't feel
I
it.
didn't laugh.
No, I know.
As
I
long-
knew I did.
As long as I don't feel it and don't die in fear, it's okay.
I was just picturing Antonio eating a bowl of. I was just picturing Antonio eating a bowl of bolognese and then a car crashing into his house. Like I could get that visual, but that's
That would
also
be
not funny.
that would be really funny.
That'd be like a Family Guy skit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be.
All right. Anything else? I'm good.
I'm good.
Peace out.
Over and out.